It's that time of year again where unemployment rates are high. And if you're unemployed, it's okay. There's no need to cry. While in that state of depression and failure during unemployment, we tend to go back to things that remind us of simpler times. Watching old movies like Alvin and the Chipmunks. Watching older cartoons we grew up with. Or maybe even playing certain video games. Games that are close to our heart. Games that we grew up playing. And one game that captured many young hearts back in the day is Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion is a wonderful adventure game that provides a memorable experience for all players. Playing it makes the player feel like they're beside Luigi as he explores the cryptic mansion. Most who played Luigi's Mansion have pleasant memories of it. If only we could use those skills that we learned alongside Luigi in the real world. If only we could use it to score jobs. What if someone applied to jobs using Luigi's Mansion as experience? Well, no need for what ifs, because that's what we're gonna do. For every job you apply to, you need a resume, or at least you realistically should have one. On the resume I'm going to use to apply to jobs, I need to create an identity for a person who's applying to jobs and listing Luigi's Mansion as their experience. Because there's no way in heck am I going to use my actual name. I'm a clown enough as it is. Honk honk. Meet Luigi Green, our lovely applicant for this demonstration. I know Luigi's actual last name is Mario, but putting Luigi Mario is way too obvious. Luigi Green is also pretty obvious, but at least it isn't blatantly clear that this isn't real. And besides, who doesn't like Mr. Green from Clue?
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
I also gave him a clever address, Rainbow Road, Toad Town, MK, which is short for Mushroom Kingdom. I'm hoping to catch at least one person off guard with this because if you Google search Toad Town, there's an actual town by that name in California. I don't know what's up with California and town names because they also have a town called Cool back when I did this with Animal Crossing. What's going on over there in California? I made a fake email as well, luigimansion1031@gmail.com. And I went on Google Voice, nabbed a New York number, and used that as a point of contact with a very special voicemail.
Hello? Sorry, with me, Luigi. I'm a superstar. Thanks.
I went through each Luigi's Mansion game and pulled some skills that match Luigi, and I ended up with 6 of them. Vacuum proficiency, plumbing, electrician, house renovation, art restoration, and gardening. I had childcare on there because of Chauncey, but then I realized Luigi didn't really care for him, so I retracted it. As for previous experience in the job market, it's loaded with housekeeping positions. Starting with a housekeeper position at Luigi's Mansion in 2001. While there, he restored electricity to rooms that experienced power outages. He tended to customers' needs and requests, and he removed supernatural entities from the mansion. Then at the end of the game, Luigi renovated the entire mansion himself, so that's next on his resume, a contracted renovator at Luigi's new mansion. He completely redesigned interior and exterior of mansion after receiving rank B, rewired electricity and installed plumbing fixtures, designed, installed, and shaped landscape fixtures and greenery. 12 years later, the sequel Dark Moon released on the 3DS, which means Luigi Green had more experience. Luigi provided stellar upkeep for over 5 properties, maintained the cleanliness and preservation of over 50 rooms, and he exterminated difficult paranormal beings who disturbed the peace. And then just recently in October 2019, he got sick of the mansion life and upgraded to being a hotel room attendant at the Last Resort Hotel. There, he quickly learned new technology and heavy-powered equipment, he partnered with an ectoplasmic doppelganger to fulfill duties, and he collaborated in a small team of 4 to provide training. And that's the resume. Next, cover letters. I intended on applying to 2 types of jobs, housekeepers and maintenance technicians. So I wrote 2 cover letters. This is the one for housekeeping. In my years of housekeeping, I've learned many techniques to expertly cater to guests and establishments. With my extravagant Poltergust 3000, I successfully maintained a clean and healthy environment for guests. It collected more dust than my Nintendo Wii U. Cleaning isn't my only feature. I was previously assigned with forcibly evicting individuals who caused disorderly behavior. There isn't a single task I'm reluctant to execute. During the infancy of my career, I acquired skills to redesign a mansion. I was responsible for the carpentry, landscaping, and of course, the plumbing. These assets have not only made me a brilliant housekeeper, but an employee with knowledge of other vital positions in this delicate and demanding industry. I went on to say thank you for your consideration, and then I urged them to call the number that was listed. And this is the cover letter I wrote for maintenance technician. My previous employment has exclusively consisted of housekeeping positions, but that does not mean I'm a stranger to maintenance work. As the brother to the famed plumber Mario, my exceptional plumbing skills trace all the way back to 1983. Early in my career, I renovated an entire mansion that I won in a contest. This included landscaping, electrician work, carpentry, and interior-exterior design. Handling maintenance requests and cleaning messy spaces isn't my only distinguished trait. I also identify myself as a professional ghost hunter. I've captured over 200 paranormal predators in my years. With my trusty Poltergust 3000, your company will never have to worry about any supernatural dangers in your establishment. And once again, I thank them for their consideration and urge them to call my number. After that, I headed to Indeed.com, who should just seriously sponsor me at this point, and applied to 50 different jobs all over the country, 25 housekeeping positions and 25 maintenance technician positions. I also searched outside Indeed for any paranormal jobs, and I found a casting call for a new paranormal show that's being helmed by the producers of Ghost Hunters, which, if you've never seen, is a pretty wild show.
Oh wow, look at that. Dad, I thought so too, but how could it move?
I applied as Luigi Green, provided contact information, photos, and then a short bio. But unfortunately, it was fruitless. They never contacted Luigi Green. As for the other 50 applications, though, I was very surprised when I checked my inbox the following days. 13 responses. I got a few that were generic responses, /rejections, /invitations, or emails inquiring for more information, which is what I expected to get the most of. But then, surprisingly, Mr. Luigi Green was able to land 3 interviews. 3 companies emailed back asking what are good times to set up a phone interview. And one of the 3 companies called and left a voicemail asking to set up an interview.
Hi, Mr. Green. This is Rita. Got your resume. You applied for the maintenance position. I was calling to see if we could do a phone interview.
And because she called, it means our lovely friend Rita here listened to our fantastic voicemail. She wasn't the only one who called, actually. I received a total of 9 different calls. It just makes me so happy when I know people heard that voicemail. Now, my favorite part of this, I got several very entertaining emails back. This was the first email I received. Thank you for the laugh. Sorry for the disappointing news. Best of luck in your job search. Scott. This just filled my heart with joy. Even though it was just so small and so simple, I'm glad I could make my guy Scott laugh. The next email had me howling. Hi Luigi. I just received your resume and would like to set up an interview. Are you familiar with the Poltergust G00? I am also looking to bring on a handler for our Yoshi. I would suggest coming for an interview during the day, maybe 11 a.m., because things get a little scary after dark. Kathy, assistant to Princess Peach. I love you, Kathy! Thank you for this. You're incredible. There's no way anyone could top our girl Kathy. That was the best message. Luigi, your qualifications are impeccable. And with the exception of banana peels laying around and an occasional oil spill, your housekeeping work speaks for itself. We would like to consider you for the position, but we have a non-compete agreement with Nintendo and are currently unable to hire characters from that universe. Sincerely, the player. Absolutely incredible. I love it. Unfortunate for Luigi because he can't get hired by this company, but fortunate for my entertainment. The next email was your generic rejection letter until the very bottom that reads, P.S. I appreciate the time and effort you put into your resume and cover letter, with a little smiley face at the end. It's so wholesome. And then I received one final email, and it was a little hurtful, I'm not gonna lie. Hello, Luigi. Thank you for applying to the property maintenance technician position. Ha! This is great. If you were a real person, we'd definitely be interested. Happy face. Michelle. Are you trying to say Luigi isn't real, Michelle? That hurts. Nobody cares about Luigi. At least she's on a smiley face. Thanks, Michelle. That was all the responses I got, and they were fantastic. After my previous video with Animal Crossing, a lot of people voiced that I may be disrupting people's time with this, so I was a bit nervous before reading any emails. But I found that I made a lot of people laugh and smile. And I think most people who take more than 5 seconds to look at the resume and cover letter understand that this is not real. And I hope they find it entertaining. At least 5 people did. Either way, I hope you enjoyed Luigi Green's adventure into the job market. And if you're in doubt of getting a job, all you have to do is list a video game as your experience. Don't actually do that though. Thank you for watching. And remember, watch out for those ghosts out there.